kàndá lọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu bíi tejò ọ̀rọ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ Ile Ife ọ̀rọ̀ Aláàfin ọ̀rọ̀ Ọ̀ọ̀ni ó ti dé ìpele ibi tó ti wà very very interesting. Ọ̀yọ́ ò fẹ́ back down. Aláàfin ò ní interest láti yídì sí gbogbo advice gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ àmọ̀ràn pé kó embrace peace kó embrace kínní ń ta àmọ̀ nípa àwọn méjèèjì ọjà ṣùgbọ́n ìjà superiority wà ń bẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ wà glaring gbogbo ojú ló ti wá rí báyìí. Ntọ́ bá má Aláàfin tí ò fi yà nífẹ̀ẹ́ tó fi mórílé Sokoto tó jẹ́ pé first visit ẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ìwúyè Sokoto ló dorí kọ ó pass message across and àwọn program tí màá ṣe lẹ́yìn program yìí ó pass message across fẹ́mi àtẹ̀yìn gbogbo ilẹ̀ káàárọ̀ oòjíire. So ẹ mọ́ tí màmàjá ẹ mọ́ tí jẹ́ kí n bẹ́ síkó bẹ́ síkó bẹ́ síkó bẹ́ o síkó bẹ́ síkó bẹ́. Ẹ jẹ́ máa kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń wọlé sí àyín pé ẹ kú dédé àkókò yìí o. Mo kí ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi lórí TikTok bó ti ń tó bí ọjọ́ méjì mẹ́ta tá a ti láǹfààní àti ra wa kẹ́yìn wá ó ga o. Lánàá a sọ̀rọ̀ nípa 1914 Amalgamation tí àwọn kan láàrin wa tí wọ́n fi tàn wá tí wọ́n fi gbé wa ń gbogbo tí wọ́n fi gbé wa landicap táwa náà sì jẹ́ síbẹ̀ torí pé a lazy gan laziness wa ìṣẹ́jọ́ wa ọ̀tọ̀ ní tó yẹ ká rán ọ̀tọ̀ lílé ta mọ́ rán. Mò ń kí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń wọlé God bless you bẹ́ẹ̀ wá ṣe ń wọlé òun the best thing ni pé kẹ́ máa bá ń share program yìí ẹjọ́ ọmọbìnrin ni ẹ bá ń share ẹ̀ kó lè ní àǹfààní tó pọ̀ sí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn. Gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n béèrè dọ́kúmẹ̀ntì yẹn lọ́wọ́ mi lánàá títí dè sìn gbogbo wọn ni mo ti send ẹ̀ sí bọ́ mo ṣe wà mo tó rí message tó wọlé sórí WhatsApp mi. Àwọn tó wọlé yẹn màá send ẹ̀ sí wọn later maybe immediately after the program. So audio yẹn àbí báyìí kọ́ máa wò báyìí ó tó di pé máa sọ̀rọ̀ jìnnà. How is it? Ó ṣe fẹ́lẹ̀ àbí? Oh sure, ó ti dá. Now, so like I said, document yẹn tán pariwo àwọn ọba márùn ló sign ẹ̀ àwọn mẹ́fà ló sign ẹ̀ Aláàfin ló sign ẹ̀ lórúkọ gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Nǹkan dólé lórí ni pé tí kìí bá ṣe pé Aláàfin ló lórí àwọn ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kò ní dùn nìkan ló máa sign ẹ̀. So yẹn ló wá fún wa ní concern pé kí ló lè tó bẹ́ẹ̀ bó ló ṣe rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Kọ́wọ́ mi ó tó wá bá the said amalgamation document àti kà lánàá àná ni mo wá ṣèlérí pé màá ka declaration àti ọ̀rọ̀ ọba ìlú Èbó complete ẹ̀ ò ṣe kà ó ń jáde padà mẹ́rin. So complete ẹ̀ ò ṣe kà torí kó ti pọ̀ jù wasting of time ni. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ti láǹfààní àti gbà á ẹ̀bẹ̀ tí mo bẹ̀ yín náà ni pé ẹ bá mi share ìfẹ́ fáwọn ẹlòmíì ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mò ń bẹ̀ yín ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá ń share ìfẹ́ lòmíì. Ẹni tó ti rí ìgbàlà ní Bíbélì sọ kó dìde fún ìgbàlà ẹlòmíràn. If you need a copy you message me on WhatsApp. So lórí WhatsApp mi lè ti máa message mi lórí WhatsApp mo lè send ẹ̀ sí kò ṣe lórí bíbá yìí 281 pages ni. So tẹ bá print ẹ tó máa documented ẹ ní grace láti go through ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ bá tiẹ̀ lè kà tán ẹ fò sí 221 ẹ fò sí 221 láti 221 kẹ ẹ wò ń bẹ̀ láti bẹ̀. Now kì í má dá yín lágara nínú ilé tí mo send nínú ilé tí program tí mo ṣe lánàá àti document tí mo send lára àwọn ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n ọmọ Yorùbá ti sáré analyze ẹ̀ mo wá jáde láti wá kọ́kọ́ kà yẹn ná kí n tó wọnú document 5 èyí ò the Governor General speech and His Majesty's telegram Amalgamation Day 1 January 1914 ọjọ́ amalgamation yẹn gangan. Now brother mi wá send ẹ̀ sí mi ó ní thanks again for your thoughtful response. I've gone through the documents you shared, Lugard and the Amalgamation of Nigeria, a documentary record, brackets, Frank Cass and Co., 1968, edited by A.H.M. Kirk Green. It's a valuable historical compilation, and I appreciate you sharing it widely. Here is a quick analysis to guide further discussions. 1. The amalgamation was a colonial proclamation, not a treaty. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, the 1940 amalgamation was not signed by any Nigerian kings or traditional rulers. It was a unilateral British decision developed by Sir Frederick Lugard and approved by the British Colonial Office. Fact. Àwọn ìbò kan jókòó láàrin ara wọn bó láti control gbogbo ilẹ̀ papọ̀ under one management. Wọ́n wá kó wa lẹ́rú. Kò wá okay. Ó bẹ́tà kí n má lo mic kan. Wọ́n wá kó wa lẹ́rú. So ẹrú tí wọ́n wá kó wa ló mú wọn láti gbé oríṣiríṣi ètò kalẹ̀ lójú náà àti yàn wá jẹ dáadáa sí. So now ìgbà tí wọ́n dé a ní Northern Protectorate and Southern Protectorate wọ́n wá fẹ́ jọ ẹ̀ méjèèjì papọ̀ ìyẹn ni wọ́n pè ní amalgamation. wọ́n amalgamate wa papọ̀ làwọn Ọ̀yọ́ àtàwọn kan wá ń kàrámọ̀ ni wọ́n wá rò pé nǹkan bàbàrà ni wọ́n pè ní amalgamation pẹ̀lú àwọn olóṣèlú wa náà pẹ̀lú àwọn tá lọ́jọ́ ń béèrè fún ilé olómìnira Yorùbá ń gbà yẹn àtàwọn tó ń béèrè fún ilé olómìnira ti ilẹ̀ Yíbò ìyẹn Biafra wípé not until after 100 years ńlá tó lè pín Nàìjíríà bàbá ńlá rọ ni kò sí nǹkan kan tó so wá papọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ rí àwọn òyìnbó òde fagídí so wá papọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ rí mi rò pé gbádùn mi. Now ìsopapọ̀ táwọn òyìnbó so wá papọ̀ ní 1914 immediately after the independence ńlá ti free kúrò nínú bandage yẹn táwọn òyìnbó ti lọ ìsopapọ̀ yẹn náà ó ti tẹ̀lé wọn lọ. So láti ìgbà yẹn láti ní freedom ṣùgbọ́n tá a tún remain nínú bandage. Àwọn olóṣèlú tí wọ́n ń jẹ nínú ìrẹ́nijẹ àtìyànjẹ tí ń bẹ níta àwọn ni wọ́n ń fọgbọ́n dè wá mọ́lẹ̀ pé amalgamation kan ni ilé tó certain tí ò jẹ́ ká tètè ráàyè pín ni pé kò sí referendum nínú constitution wa torí pé jìbìtì àti ẹ̀tàn náà ń pè ní 1999 constitution kò pay anybody. So now ẹ má jẹ́ kí n gbà kókó yín. 2. Okay, wá ní the official administrative merger was proclaimed on January 1, 1914 without native signatories. 2. Traditional rulers were not involved in decision making. Ẹgbọ́n gba tí mo kà lánàá Lord Lugard ti prepare nǹkan ẹ̀ kò involve anybody. Mo ṣe pé wọ́n jọ jókòó wọ́n jọ sọ wọ́n jọ jókòó wọ́n jọ rò ó. No, never. So traditional rulers were not involved in decision making, while some sections of the book discuss indirect rule and the structure of native administration. These references relate to how the British planned to govern Nigeria post-amalgamation. No evidence or documents in the book suggests that Yoruba kings or any other Nigerian traditional rulers signed or approved the amalgamation itself. Meanwhile, lánàá ẹnìkan send message sí mi ẹni yóò tí mo kún fẹ́ discuss amalgamation o mo fi Ọlọ́run tó dọjọ́ dá gbogbo àmọ́ fi ṣẹlẹ̀ rèé ń tọ́ ọmọ èmi náà dẹ̀ sọ okay mo wá reply ẹnìyẹn pé the amalgamation is even with me now but mi sọ pé mo fẹ́ discuss nípa ẹ̀ ẹni send message mi pé tá a bá rí ẹni tó lè mú dọ́kúmẹ́ǹtì tó bá kí ẹ̀ níbi tí àwọn ọba yẹn ti sign amalgamation kóńtọ̀ mú jáde ó máa fún tọ̀ ní 500,000 naira. èmi wá sọ fún pé amalgamation gangan ti wà lọ́wọ́ mi bí amalgamation document tán pariwo yẹn ó ti wà lọ́wọ́ mi, ọwọ́ mi ti tẹ̀. So wá ní no evidence or document in the book suggests that Yoruba kings or any other Nigeria traditional rulers signed or approved the amalgamation itself. 3. Mentions of traditional rulers are limited and contextual. There are mentions of emirs and native chiefs primarily in relation to northern Nigeria's indirect rule system. Those rulers were part of the governance. Those rulers were part of the governance structure after amalgamation, but not participants in forming it. Ẹ rí pé ńgbà tí wọ́n ṣe amalgamation tán, wọ́n gbé ìjọba lé àwọn ọba lọ́wọ́. Wọ́n ní district officers, wọ́n lájẹ́lẹ̀, ó níbi tí control àwọn ọba dé, wọ́n gbàgbára tán lọ́wọ́ wọn. So now, for example, names like the Emir of Zaria or Emir of Katsina may be mentioned later in the book in post-1914 context, bracket like 1950 constitutional conferences, but again, not as signatories of amalgamation. 4. The book is academic and factual. The books includes Lugard's proposals, financial plans, and parliamentary reports. I said it. It also includes editorials from, it also includes editorials from Nigerian newspapers at the time, many of which criticized the amalgamation, especially from the Southern Press in Lagos. Conclusion: this document is helpful for understanding how the amalgamation was planned and implemented from the British perspective, but it does not support the idea that Nigerian kings signed the amalgamation. In fact, it proves the opposite. It was a top-down colonial decision with no native co-signers. I hope this helps clarify the document's content. I am happy to assist with any other records or fact checks you are working on. God bless you, sir. God bless you, sir. God bless you, sir. It's great to see our people digging deep into real history. Warm regards. Warm regards to you too. God bless you, sir. So, ní kúkúrú èdè, mo fẹ́ yọ òpònú kan tó gbé rẹ̀ ní Adékúnlé kúrò ní o. Ẹjẹ́ aran sọ̀rùn ìkànnà àwọn ọmọ Ile Ife Ọ̀yọ́ ni, tàbí ìkànnà àwọn àlèmọ́njìrì Ọ̀yọ́. So, law, mathematics, medical sciences, marketing, mining, philosophy, physical science, technical drawing. And the reality here is that our history comprises agricultural science, art, of course. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sir. Now, pápápá, ẹ jẹ́ kí n ká tí mo fẹ́ kà kí n tètè kúrò níbí, pápápá kí n gangan tètè kúrò. Ní tí mo fẹ́ ká ò dẹ̀ pọ̀. Yeah, díẹ̀ náà ni màá kà mẹ́rin. Màá dẹ̀ ka His Majesty telegram to the governor, official telegram. This is document 5. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ní lọ́wọ́ ẹ máa rí ńbẹ̀. The Governor General speech and His Majesty's telegram, Amalgamation Day, 1 January 1914. A speech by the Governor General, Sir F. Lugard, on the occasion of the declaration of the Constitution of the Colony and Protectorate of Nigeria, January 1st, 1914. You are all aware that His Majesty government, after long and mature considerations, arrived some time ago at the conclusion that it will be to the great advantage of the countries known as Southern and Northern Nigeria that they should be amalgamated into one government, conforming to one policy and mutually cooperating for the moral and material advancement of Nigeria as a whole. So kò sí òfin kankan, kì í ṣe pé nǹkan kan báyìí díẹ̀. The policy had been strongly advocated by Sir William McGregor as Governor of Lagos, by Sir Ralph Moore as High Commissioner of Southern Nigeria, and by myself as High Commissioner of Northern Nigeria about 10 years ago. It has continued to be advanced by Sir Walter Egerton and my successors in Northern Nigeria. The construction of rival railways in Northern and Southern Nigeria accentuated the necessity of having a single railway policy with a single administration, and over a year ago, the Secretary of State decided that the time had come to give effect to the scheme of constituting a single government for Nigeria. Secretary suggest wàhálà kìíní ti pọ̀jù jàre bá a ṣe ń lọ tá ń bọ̀ ìbá bóyá kò fún gbogbo ẹ̀wò ẹjẹ́ apá wọn pọ̀ sójú kan ẹrú ni wọ́n àwọn ẹrú ni ẹjẹ́ apá wọn pọ̀ sójú kan bí a bá darí wọn sí náà kúkú ń lọ ẹjẹ́ adarí wọn lọ́nà kan náà. Mr. Accord, okay, bóyá bí wọ́n ti mú Port Harcourt jáde nu. Mr. Accord was pleased to select me to carry out this difficult task, and he appointed me in the first instance as governor separately of the two distinct governments of Northern and Southern Nigeria, with a view to informing myself of local conditions and submitting to him my proposals for amalgamation. Bodada o, kì í ṣe our proposal o, kì í ṣe with the help of royal fathers o, or our king o. Only local conditions and submitting to my proposal for amalgamation, my proposal. Kì í ṣe our proposal. I had the honor to submit those proposals for his consideration on May 9th last year. They were accepted in all essentials, and today they are to take effect. That was January 1st, 1914. I desire, therefore, as briefly as possible to describe to you, and through you to the official and non-official community of Nigeria, the basis on which this amalgamation is to be carried out, and the principal changes which will result. The colony and protectorate of Nigeria will be placed under the control of a single officer upon whom His Majesty has been pleased to confer the title of Governor General, this indicating the importance of this country among the crown colonies and protectorates of the empire. That portion which has hitherto been Nigerian, being Northern Nigeria, will be known in future as the Northern Provinces, while the protectorate of Southern Nigeria will be known as the Southern Provinces of Nigeria. Each will be under the immediate control of Lieutenant Governor responsible to the Governor General. The colony, àwọn Lieutenant Governor yẹn, àwọn ni bí igbákejì gómìnà, wọ́n ní Governor General, Lieutenant Governor méjì, ìkan fún Northern Protectorate, ìkan fún Southern Protectorate. To the Governor General, the colony, in view of its separate status and traditions, will preserve as a separate identity under an administrator of its own, dealing direct with the Governor General for the present, and central headquarters will remain Lagos, and the Governor General will divide his time between the headquarters stations of the Northern and the Southern Provinces. His Majesty, through the Secretary of State, has been pleased to confer on me the high honor of appointment as Governor General, and I humbly hope that I may be enabled to discharge the functions of this office, the great responsibilities of which I deeply appreciate, in such a manner as to deserve His Majesty's approval, and to the satisfaction and contentment of His Majesty's loyal subjects and of all the people of Nigeria. To succeed in such a task will be impossible unless I have the goodwill and cooperation of all classes, officials and non-official, irrespective of race or creed. And I take this opportunity of earnestly asking for that cooperation and loyal assistance, assuring you at the same time that, so far as in me lies, I shall not spare myself, not find any work too hard or arduous, if I can thereby advance the true interests of this country and each individual person in need, whatever his race or creed, or however humble his rank, for the high and responsible possible lieutenant governors. Ẹjẹ́ ń dá dúró bẹ̀rẹ̀ jàre. Àwọn tó bá fẹ́ kà kí wọ́n lọ kà tán fúnra lára wọn. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí n fi gbogbo ìgbà time kí n lè ráyè sọ̀rọ̀ díẹ̀, because ó sì ti mú bí page 4. Ẹ já ka ọ̀rọ̀ His Majesty Ọba Ìlú Èkó ajẹ́ pé Queen Elizabeth ò tí ìjọba ń gbà náà lọ. Yeah, Queen Elizabeth ò tí ìjọba. Lugard and the Amalgamation of Nigeria, United Nigeria, His Majesty's telegram to the Governor, official telegrams. His Majesty, the King, on December 30, sent the following message through the Colonial Office to Sir Frederick Lugard, Governor General of Nigeria. On the occasion of the former amalgamation of the two Nigerians, I wish you to convey to the emirs, chiefs, and all the inhabitants of the new protectorate and the colony my best wishes for their future happiness. Pray assure them of the great interest I take in all that concerns their welfare, and express my earnest hope that great prosperity may be in store for them. George R.I. The following reply from Sir Frederick Lugard was received by the Secretary of the State for the Colonies on January 1. On behalf of His Majesty's most loyal devoted subjects within the colony and protectorate of Nigeria and all the inhabitants of Nigeria who live under His Majesty's protection, to all of whom I have taken steps to convey His Majesty's most gracious message. To all I humbly offer my own and their most heartfelt thanks for His Majesty's wishes for their future happiness and His interest in their welfare and hopes for their prosperity. We all feel deeply this new evidence of His Majesty's ceaseless thought for His peoples and His overseas possessions, and I pray you to assure His Majesty of our abiding loyalties to His throne and person, and of our deep gratitude for His most gracious message on the occasion of the former amalgamation of the two Nigerias. Mr. Accord also sent the following telegram. I offer you my congratulations on the completion of your arduous task of uniting Northern Nigeria and Southern Nigeria in a common form of government, and I trust that the new administration now established may actively promote the well-being of all classes of the inhabitants of Nigeria and the development of its great resources. To this, Sir Frederick Lugard replied, I have caused your message conveying your hope that amalgamation Nigeria will be for the well-being of all classes and the development of its resources to be promulgated throughout Nigeria. It will give utmost satisfaction, pressure on behalf of the inhabitants of the country, respectfully tender our most sincere thanks. I am deeply sensible of your kind congratulations to be personally. So reprinted by permission of the Times, 3 January 1914. So kò jù bá ń lọ mi ní kọjá bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Document 6 ní tó wà ń bẹ̀ ní Lagos Weekly Record. So record ní tó kù ń bẹ̀. Like I said yesterday, kó lè bá jàǹfààní fún ọ, kó lè jàǹfààní fún wa, kó lè jàǹfààní. Òwú tún wí asẹ́ kankan ò sí, kó lè bá jàǹfààní fún gbogbo wa. Ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá wù tó fẹ́ amalgamation document yẹn, kó má bàa sí further exploitation, kó má bàa kó ọpọlọ wa sínú ìgbèkùn padà mọ́. Ẹ jẹ́ share ìpẹ̀lẹ́ lómi. Àwọn tí ò tí tẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹ lè message mi. Iṣẹ́ ńlá ni láti share ẹ̀ fún bọ̀mọ́ mi mind láti share ẹ̀. Lágbára Ọlọ́run yóò dẹ̀ dọ́dọ̀ yín. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá o. Kò sí nǹkan tá fẹ́ fi ìjà ṣe nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ìrẹ́pọ̀ ló lè gbé wa, ìrẹ́pọ̀ ló lè gbé wa. Ìrẹ́pọ̀ ló lè mú agòkè àgbà, ìrẹ́pọ̀ ló lè mú àtẹ̀síwájú, ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ló lè mú àṣàṣeyege. Àìsí ìrẹ́pọ̀, àìsí ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ó ń jẹ́ ẹ̀dùn ọkàn àti ìbànújẹ́ ọkàn fún àwa kan. Ọ̀yọ́ ni o, Ìbàdàn ni o, Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ ni o, Ifẹ̀ ni o, Ẹdó Àbàn ni o, Yàkóyó ni o, Òṣogbo ni o, Ẹdẹ ni o, gbogbo wa pátápátá ó yẹ ká ríra wa gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ ìyá kan. Ìjà àgbà ò pé wa, wàhálà ló máa dá sí wa lọ́rùn. And I said it earlier, anybody tó bá ní ìdí ẹ message mi lórí WhatsApp ni, ẹ message mi lórí WhatsApp. So now in tó lè pé wa òun náà ni ká wà ní ìrẹ́pọ̀. Ọlọ́run nínú àánú ẹ̀ tó so wá papọ̀ kò ní tú wa ká. Okay, ẹnìkan fún mi gift lórí TikTok, èyí tẹ́ wà lórí YouTube ẹ má fọkàn sí pé màá sọ pé kẹ́ fún mi gift o, mo fẹ́ gbéraga lónìí o, because àwọn èèyàn kan máa sọ pé torí gift ló ṣe wá, torí ẹ̀ mo ṣe wá, ẹ ra sticker fún mi ẹ ra sticker fún mi o, ẹ ra sticker fún mi, ẹ ra sticker fún mi, ẹni tó fẹ́ ra sticker fún mi ẹ lọ síbi dollar sign yẹn, ẹ máa rí pick nbẹ, ẹ click lórí dollar sign tàbí ẹ máa rí thanks nbẹ, ẹ click lórí ẹ, wọ́n máa gbé wọn bí tẹ́ ti lè ra sticker fún mi. Now kí ni tó bí àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ò ní ọ̀rọ̀ sì ń bọ́rọ̀ bọ̀ egun aláriwo, because wọ́n béèrè lọ́wọ́ Olúwo, sólúwo gbà wípé Ilé Ifẹ̀ lórí ìrun wa, Olúwo sọ pé Ilé Ifẹ̀ kọ́ lórí ìrun wa, mò ń bọ̀ wá proof ẹ̀ with evidence, video evidence, níbi tó Olúwo ti sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ kẹ́lì bá àmọ́ tá à ń fèsì ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, oríṣiríṣi ọ̀rọ̀ ní ń lọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn tá a máa touch one after the other. ẹ̀yin náà gbọ́ tàwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó jẹ́ mùsùlùmí tí wọ́n ń pe àwọn Fúlàní pé kí wọ́n wá support àwọn, à ń bọ̀ lórí ẹ̀. mo nígbàgbọ́ pé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹjọ́ olólùfẹ́ mi níwọ̀nba, because mi ríra mi gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tó olólùfẹ́ púpọ̀. I am very very controversial and I love it that way. That is how God created me. But controversy mi fẹ́ni tó bá farabalẹ̀ dáadáa ó máa mọ̀ wípé mo ní point láti prove. So kì í jẹ́ kí n ríra mi gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tó lọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ tó pọ̀, kì í jẹ́ kí n ríra mi gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tó ní fans tó pọ̀. But mo nígbàgbọ́ wípé nínú díẹ̀ tí mo níyẹn, mo láwọn èèyàn tó fẹ́ràn mi dọ́kàn àtàwọn èèyàn tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí nǹkan tí mò ń ṣe. Nǹkan dá ọ̀rọ̀ àgbègbè nǹkan jẹ́ kí n máa lọ. Mo nígbàgbọ́ pé pẹ̀lú oore ọ̀fẹ́ Ọlọ́run a ti parí ọ̀rọ̀ lórí ti amalgamation document. My lovely brothers and sisters, ẹ̀yin dádì àti mọ́mì mi, fake ọ̀rọ̀ ni pé amalgamation kan tó so wá papọ̀ ń sì affect wa. So kò sí nǹkan kan tó join wa papọ̀ mọ́ o, àwa la join ara wa papọ̀, àwa la join ara wa papọ̀. Lóòótọ́ òyìnbó ló join wa papọ̀, ṣùgbọ́n immediately tí wọ́n ti parí ìjọba wọn, wọn náà láti ní freedom padà. Bá a bá fẹ́ jọ gbé papọ̀ pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà, a láti jókòó àpérò. Bá a bá ní jọ gbé papọ̀ pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà, a láti jókòó àpérò. Mo sọ̀rọ̀ kan tipẹ́tipẹ́, but unfortunately àwọn èèyàn kì í ka ọ̀rọ̀ mi kún. Whatever tí n bá sọ síwájú ìmọ̀ ń padà ṣẹ, but wọ́n ní take it serious, wọ́n ní take it seriously. Ní tí mo sọ gbà náà ni pé àwọn tó ń sọ pé ká bá Hausa jà, ká bá Igbo jà, ká bá Fúlàní jà, mo ní no. If truly tá bá fẹ́ pín Nàìjíríà, a máa kọ́kọ́ jọ rẹ́ ká tó divide. We can never divide Nigeria from distance. A lè pín orílẹ̀-èdè pẹ̀lú ìjà, kò possible. Àfi tá bá fẹ́ jagun abẹ́lé, tá bá fẹ́ jagun abẹ́lé, ìlú ti tóbi ju tàtijọ́ lọ. Àwọn tó fẹ́ jagun ibo náà máa gbé, ibo náà máa wà, ibo náà máa dúró sí. Ta gangan la fẹ́ bá jagun, ó wà stake. Hausa aládójú ogun kọ́ ni àbí Igbo, àbí Yorùbá làwọn Igbo àti Hausa ó dojú kọ, àbí Hausa ni Igbo àti Yorùbá ó dojú kọ, àbí Hausa mọ̀ fèsì Igbo, wọ́n mọ̀ fèsì Yorùbá, Yorùbá mọ̀ fèsì Igbo, yóò mọ̀ fèsì Hausa, Igbo mọ̀ fèsì Yorùbá, yóò mọ̀ fèsì Igbo Hausa. Does that make any sense? Mr. Theophilus Àyàntòkun, God bless you sir, ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́ o. Ẹni tó pè mí bí ẹ mọ́ pè mí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, mo ti sọ nọ́mbà tẹ́lẹ̀ pè mí sí. So like I said, àwa lè fìjà pín, ẹ jẹ́ máa lọ láyọ̀ làwọn àpàdé o. I've worked the Abenesu, God bless you sir, God bless you sir, God bless you sir. Mr. Demola Abiola Daramola àbóbìnrin dẹ̀rín ni, God bless you, ẹ̀ ní mọ̀dàmú, ẹ̀ ní mọ̀ọ́sì, ẹ̀ ní mọ̀nira, ó dàbọ̀ káfíńrì pàdé o, gàrí o.